Maggie Kent is live for us here at the scene with an update on this deadly shooting. Maggie.
We're getting more of an understanding about who this person was from his neighbors. They say that the 75-year-old man lived here for decades, that he was a staple in the community, always helpful and willing to lend a hand, whether that be actually lending a hand or giving a piece of advice to a youngster. They're unclear as to what could have unfolded this morning that would have been any different than any other. Police say that this individual fired a shot and police returned fire. So there will be a lot of analysis that needs to take place, as in any other officer involved shooting. They're going to be looking at that body camera footage, at the weapon that was recovered here on the scene. They can test it to see if it was fired recently, and they're also going to be looking at surveillance video. They have asked neighbors to give them their Ring camera or doorbell camera footage as they may find it, so that they can get a better idea of the timeline and exactly what happened here on the 5400 block of Webster Street. We're live in West Philadelphia. Maggie Kent, Channel 6 Action News. John.
All right, sounds like a lot more information to come on this, Maggie. Thank you. Payton Domschke here with our forecast.
One of those days where looks are deceiving around here, but yes, at least we've got the sunshine that helps balance out the chill a little bit. We had this reinforcing shot of cold air come through with a cold front basically offshore at this moment in time. Any active wet weather associated with the area of low pressure is off through New England. Just a few sprinkles reported here last night and early this morning. High pressure is going to take over. It's going to start to diminish our winds by the time we head through the overnight period. In the short term, we've got winds gusting 20 to 35 miles per hour. In fact, closer to 40 now. A recent gust being reported in Millville right now. We'll maintain this strength into the afternoon, and temperatures, they're slightly below average, just in the middle 50s for Philadelphia at 54. It's cooler off to the north and west. The upper 40s from Exton to Quakertown, Allentown, and Lancaster. Even the Poconos in the upper 30s. So the middle 50s continue through the coastal plain, and right here for Philadelphia as we go through the rest of the afternoon. We're around 50 by 6 o'clock, and again some cloud cover, but the overnight period, not only do we have the ease in the winds, we've got bone dry air and we've got clear skies, and that's where a freeze concern comes into play, not just tonight but tomorrow night as well, before we finally turn seasonable by Thursday afternoon and turning mild by Friday. We'll be back in the 70s, and the weekend right now, I'd start making some outdoor plans. It looks very pleasant to be outdoors. A little cool in the morning, but pretty typical through the afternoon. We'll go through everything you need to know coming up in the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast, Sarah.
Okay, Payton, thank you. Day, but it's chilly out there.
It is, and we could see some problems with the chill in the air when it comes to some trees, right?
Correct. I think Adam Joseph spoke to Linvilla Orchards yesterday. They're concerned some peach trees, and not a tree, but some strawberries that are starting to kind of pop up here as temperatures have really swung back and forth as we've started spring. We had 84 degrees on Saturday, and we are talking about freeze concerns for the overnight tonight and again tomorrow night. So mainly south of I-78, we have a freeze warning in place as temperatures are expected to drop below the freezing mark. And tomorrow night actually might be just a touch warmer for Philadelphia and some of our outlying communities, but still close to freezing. Presently, we've got some puffy cumulus clouds above our Brandywine camera in the Center City skyline at 54 degrees right now. A similar temperature to this time yesterday, but the winds, you've probably felt them if you've stepped outside today. It's a cooling, dry wind direction here. We're watching for any elevated fire danger with dry fuels in the atmosphere as well. It's only 48 in Allentown, 49 in Exton. We'll keep in the way of low to middle 50s through South Jersey and Delaware as we head through the afternoon. But again, those winds, they've been gusting anywhere between 20 to almost 40 miles per hour. The highest wind gust observed has come out of Millville, around 38 miles per hour. Philadelphia gusting around 30, and it's because we've had this reinforcing shot of colder air move through. Most of this moisture starved outside of a few spotty sprinkles during the overnight period. We've dried things out this morning into midday. Cold front moving offshore, but it's the wind direction here, and you can actually tell it's much colder because up in New England where there is wet weather, it's snowfall coming down. Now high pressure's going to move in. That's going to start to relax the winds a bit overnight, and that's the reason that the skies will actually stay clear and the reason for those freeze concerns overnight. In the short term this afternoon, temperatures approaching 55 degrees, still slightly below average. It's bright and breezy this evening, and our sun leaves us today Sunday at 7:31. So again, clear skies. We've got bone dry air as well. All of these ingredients coming together to have communities back in the middle 20s like Lansdale tonight, 30 in Pomona, 30 for Philadelphia, 25 in Allentown, 20s for most come tomorrow morning. So protect any sensitive vegetation, but also prep yourself for extra layers. If you put the heavy jacket away, find it for the next couple of mornings. High pressures trying to move directly overhead tomorrow. High temperatures in the middle 50s. We've got plenty of sunshine. I think tomorrow may be the brightest day of the entire extended forecast, albeit we keep a lot of sunshine around here. By Thursday, we've got a seasonable afternoon after another frosty start. Temperatures reaching 61 degrees. And by Friday, we're not just seasonable, we are mild, back in the 70s around here. It's mostly sunny to wrap up the work week, and the fills do return back to town. And your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast, a pair of fives today and tomorrow. Again, the freeze concerns tonight and Sunday.
Nice, yeah.
So I think it will be packed
Really?
down at the bank.
It will be.
And then we're chasing a high back around 80 on Monday. So it's a climb.
Yeah.
And there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then do we do the fall again? Because
The TBD. It
Okay.
looks a little warm next week.
okay, all right, Payton, thanks.
Meteorologist Payton Domschke over in the Action News Weather Center with the details from AccuWeather. Payton.
And our wardrobe continues to get a switch up too. We had the shorts and t-shirts on just a couple days ago. Today you are finding the layers, and I want you to find the heavier jacket come tomorrow morning's wake up. As for this afternoon, temperatures are slightly below average. We're in the middle 50s for Philadelphia to Hamilton, New Jersey. Low 50s, Mount Holly to Medford, even Trenton. It's still 49 degrees in Coatesville as we zoom things out to show you the coast. We're in the low to middle 50s there. The Lehigh Valley just in the upper 40s to Lancaster, middle 40s into the Poconos. The winds have been gusting today, and these are chilly changes here. Dry air mass coming in as well, so we're watching for dry fuels in the atmosphere paired with the winds developing. We'll watch for enhanced fire danger in some communities, but also winds gusting 20 to almost 40 miles per hour. So that leads to a wind chill factor. It is a little chillier than it should be, and tomorrow morning a lot of us are feeling like the low 20s across the area. We've had this reinforcing shot of cold air. You can actually see there's wet weather off through New England, and it's snowfall, just a sign that it is so chilly in the upper levels of the atmosphere. High pressure is going to swoop in, relaxing the winds later today and during the overnight period. So in the short term, upper 40s for the Lehigh Valley with a gusty breeze, temperatures below average for Philadelphia, all the way to the coast with just some puffy clouds around. We do have those freeze concerns, not just tonight, but again tomorrow night, and that's because we've got dry air, we've got clear skies, and we also have really good conditions for radiational cooling. So again, hug that tree, maybe warm things up, bring things in. We're going to pinpoint exactly where temperatures are headed in the next two overnights coming up in that exclusive AccuWeather 7-day, Sarah. But there is a milder trend. Don't let the chill fool you. We're getting back to feeling like summer coming up.
That's the good news. Payton, thank you. The school
Meteorologist Payton Domschke here now with a preview.
Well, things are about to get a whole lot chillier during the next two overnights. In fact, wind chill values tomorrow morning just in the mid-20s for Philadelphia. We've got a hard freeze expected. I'll let you know when that chill lets up coming up in the exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. John and Sarah.
Meteorologist Payton Domschke is here now with a look at our forecast, what we can expect ahead.
We're going to want to be covering up any sensitive vegetation, as the next big thing we continue to pinpoint here is the midweek freeze that is on the approach. And it's not just a one and done thing. This is likely a Wednesday morning and Thursday morning occurrence. So that freeze is likely. Tomorrow morning looks colder, at least slightly colder than Thursday morning start, but temperatures below the freezing mark from Philadelphia throughout our outlying communities. Upper 20s tomorrow morning from Reading to Trenton, middle 20s in Allentown. In fact, wind chill values likely a little bit cooler, but by Thursday morning, we're still near freezing for the city, maybe just a smidgen above, but a lot of our outlying spots, some of the suburbs still around 30, Trenton around 30, 31 in Pomona. We'll be watching for the main concerns with anything that's starting to really blossom when it comes to the fruit trees right now. In the meantime, this afternoon, it's slightly below average at 54 degrees for Philadelphia. We do have some upper 40s from Exton to Quakertown into the Lehigh Valley. Valley and the Poconos just in the 30s at this hour. It's still in the 50s from South Jersey into Delaware, closer to 60 in Dover right now. But we are dealing with winds gusting 20 to almost 40 miles per hour. Some of the highest wind gusts being reported are actually coming in out of southern New Jersey. Millville right now gusting close to 40 miles per hour. Why the change with those winds really ramping up today compared to yesterday afternoon's breezy conditions? It's because we had this reinforcing shot of cold air come in associated with a cold front. Most of the active wet weather with this is off through New England. We had a few spotty showers very early this morning, really just a sprinkle, but high pressure is going to be the reason we actually have clear skies overnight and also the ease in our winds, and it's also bringing bone dry air with it. So over the next several hours, it's still very bright. Temperatures around 55 degrees. Still by 3 o'clock, we're holding around 50 by 6 o'clock. And during the overnight, mainly south of I-78, that's where those freeze alerts are in place, where temperatures will drop below freezing. Again, we'll watch for any of those fruit trees that are blossoming this time of the year. If you've gone ahead and planted something that's not quite hardy, you want to make sure you cover things up or bring them indoors. We're staying below average tomorrow afternoon, up to 55 degrees. That cold start, but bright sunshine here as high pressure is positioned directly overhead. As that begins its journey out to sea, we turn seasonable through the afternoon on Thursday, up to 61 after a frosty start. And your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast, 55 today and tomorrow. Again, the frost concerns just the next 2 nights. Overnights back close to 40 by Friday morning for Philadelphia, back in the 70s Friday afternoon, and we're close to 70 both Saturday and Sunday. It's a sunny afternoon to start the weekend. We keep that momentum in place for Sunday, and it turns much warmer on Monday. John and Sarah, high temperatures could be close to 80 degrees, if not well into the 80s for some spots across the area.
Good weather for baseball.
Yeah,
exactly.
That'll be nice.
Thank you, Payton.
Domschke, Sarah Bloomquist, and the entire Action News team. I'm John Paul. Have a great afternoon.